Most men lose power the moment they react. They don't notice it happening, but everyone else does. The raised voice, the defensive tone, the rushed explanation, the visible emotion. That moment tells the world something important. It tells them you can be moved, and once you can be moved, you can be controlled. The men who always win understand this early. They don't react, not because they don't feel, but because they don't obey emotion. They remain still while others burn energy. They remain silent while others reveal intention. They remain calm while others expose weakness. And over time, they dominate without effort. Most people believe power comes from action, from response, from standing your ground loudly. But real power is quieter than that. Real power is restraint. A man who reacts emotionally is predictable, and predictable men are easy to manage. You can provoke them, you can rush them, you can bait them into mistakes. A man who does not react denies you all of that. He becomes unreadable. Unreadable men are feared because no one knows where the line is. No one knows what they will tolerate. No one knows what happens if they finally move. That uncertainty creates caution. Caution creates submission. This is why men who never react slowly rise above everyone else. They do not fight every battle. They do not correct every insult. They do not defend their ego publicly. They let time and consequence do the work. Most men react because they mistake reaction for strength. They think silence is weakness. They think calmness is passivity. They think restraint means losing. They are wrong. Reaction is the fastest way to give power away. When you react, you show your emotional threshold. You reveal what affects you. You reveal what can be used against you. Men who never react protect this information. They do not leak emotional data. And without emotional data, manipulation fails. This is why calm, non-reactive men are so difficult to intimidate. Threats don't work on them. Pressure doesn't move them. Urgency doesn't rush them. They operate on their own timeline. Time is power. The man who controls time controls outcomes. Reactive men live in the moment. Non-reactive men think in sequences. They don't ask, "How do I respond?" They ask, "What happens if I don't?" That question alone separates winners from losers. In conflict, the reactive man escalates emotionally. The non-reactive man lets the other side exhaust itself. Exhaustion creates mistakes. Mistakes create leverage. Leverage ends conflict without noise. This is why men who never react often appear calm even when situations are hostile. They are not calm because they are weak. They are calm because they are calculating. Calculation requires distance. Distance requires silence. Most men are too close to their emotions to see clearly. They speak too fast. They move too early. They regret later. Non-reactive men avoid this trap entirely. They wait. Waiting is not passive. Waiting is strategic. It allows information to surface. It allows intentions to reveal themselves. It allows others to make the first mistake. The first mistake usually decides everything. Men who never react understand that power is not proven through confrontation. Confrontation satisfies ego. It rarely creates advantage. Advantage comes from position. Position is built quietly. While others argue, non-reactive men reposition. While others explain, they observe. While others demand respect, they let disrespect expose character. This is why men who never react are rarely disrespected twice. The first attempt is ignored. The second is remembered. The third is met with consequence. No warning, no emotion, just outcome. People learn quickly when emotion is removed. Emotion invites negotiation. Calmness enforces reality. This is why non-reactive men become anchors in chaotic environments. When everyone else is tense, they remain unchanged. When everyone else panics, they slow down. When everyone else reacts, they observe. People instinctively gravitate towards stability. Stability feels like safety. Safety creates authority. Authority attracts power. This chain is automatic. Men who never react do not chase dominance. Dominance forms around them naturally. They don't need to prove strength. Their restraint implies it. A man who can stay calm when provoked is assumed to be capable of more than he shows. That assumption protects him. People think twice, then they hesitate, then they adjust behavior, all without a single word. This is how men who never react always win, not loudly, not dramatically, but permanently. This is the foundation.
Men who never react understand something most people never learn. Reaction is a confession. Every emotional response tells the world what matters to you, what hurts you, and where your limits are. Most men reveal all three without realizing it. A raised eyebrow, a defensive explanation, a sharp tone, a rushed reply. Each one is information, and information is power when it belongs to someone else. Non-reactive men protect this information aggressively. They do not rush to correct disrespect. They do not defend themselves emotionally. They do not explain intentions under pressure. They allow others to expose themselves first. This immediately reverses the power dynamic. In leadership, this difference is everything. Reactive leaders manage emotions. Non-reactive leaders manage outcomes. Reactive leaders feel compelled to respond to every issue. They explain decisions. They justify choices. They react to criticism. Non-reactive leaders do none of this. They speak when alignment is needed. They remain silent when noise is unnecessary. This creates gravity. People pay attention when words are rare. The leader who reacts constantly becomes background noise. The leader who speaks sparingly becomes authority. Authority is not built through volume. It is built through consistency and restraint. Non-reactive men also understand the danger of ego. Ego wants to be seen. It wants to be right. It wants to win publicly. Reaction feeds ego. Silence starves it. Men who starve ego gain discipline. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency builds trust. Trust combined with restraint creates authority. This authority is quiet but undeniable. People sense it without explanation. They behave differently around it. They speak more carefully. They test less. They hesitate. Hesitation is power. Non-reactive men create hesitation naturally. They do not need intimidation. Their calm implies capacity. People assume that a man who does not react is capable of far more than he reveals. This assumption protects him. It keeps others cautious. Caution prevents conflict. Non-reactive men also conserve energy. Reaction is expensive. It drains mental clarity. It drains focus. It drains resilience. Non-reactive men conserve all three. They remain sharp while others burn out. Over time, this creates separation. While reactive men peak and crash, non-reactive men remain steady. Steadiness wins long games. This is why men who never react seem inevitable. They do not rush success. They do not force outcomes. They allow time to work for them. Time favors discipline. Time punishes impulsivity. Non-reactive men align with time. This alignment makes them difficult to defeat. This is the second truth.
Men who never react eventually reach a point where reaction is no longer expected of them, and that expectation changes everything. People stop provoking them. They stop testing boundaries. They stop pushing casually, not because they were threatened, but because they learned. Non-reaction teaches faster than confrontation ever could. When someone tries to provoke a reaction and receives nothing, they feel exposed. They feel awkward. They feel unsure of their position. That discomfort lingers. Over time, people avoid repeating behaviors that make them feel uncertain or small. This is how non-reactive men reshape environments without force. They do not correct behavior verbally. They allow behavior to correct itself. Most men rush to defend their ego when challenged. They speak to restore dignity. They react to protect pride. Non-reactive men do the opposite. They let silence absorb the insult. They let time reveal intent. They let consequence replace confrontation. This is why disrespect rarely escalates around them. Escalation requires fuel. Reaction is fuel. Without it, conflict starves. Non-reactive men also understand something uncomfortable. Most provocations are not about you. They are about insecurity, status anxiety, or emotional overflow. Reacting to them gives them meaning. Ignoring them removes it. This does not mean non-reactive men tolerate disrespect indefinitely. It means they choose when to respond and how. When they do respond, it is not emotional. It is structural. Access is removed. Opportunities are closed. Distance is enforced. Consequences appear quietly. No announcement, no warning, just reality. This makes their responses feel final. People do not fear emotional reactions. They fear irreversible outcomes. Non-reactive men specialize in irreversible outcomes. This is why they are often described as cold. But cold is not the right word. They are composed. They feel emotion, but they do not display it. They process privately and decide publicly. This separation preserves clarity. Clarity is what allows correct decisions under pressure. Correct decisions compound. Over time, non-reactive men build a reputation. Not as aggressive, not as intimidating, but as men who are not to be played with. That reputation does more work than any confrontation ever could. People behave differently around men who never react. They speak more carefully. They think before acting. They hesitate. Hesitation is power. Non-reactive men create hesitation simply by being consistent. Consistency signals strength, not the strength of force, but the strength of control. Control over emotion, control over timing, control over response. Most men lose control under pressure. Non-reactive men gain it. Pressure sharpens them instead of breaking them. This makes them dangerous because they do not collapse when situations intensify. They become clearer. In leadership, this clarity attracts followers. People trust men who do not panic. They trust men who do not overreact. They trust men who remain steady when stakes rise. Trust creates authority. Authority creates influence. Influence reshapes outcomes. Non-reactive men rarely chase power. Power settles around them naturally. In relationships, non-reaction changes dynamics completely. Men who react emotionally to uncertainty lose leverage immediately. They chase reassurance, they over-explain, they seek closure prematurely. Non-reactive men allow uncertainty to exist. They do not rush resolution. They let behavior reveal intention. This patience shifts control. People invest more when they are not chased. Investment creates attachment. Attachment creates leverage. Non-reactive men do not manipulate this. They simply refuse to react impulsively. Impulse destroys position. Discipline preserves it. Non-reactive men also accept isolation when necessary. They do not need constant validation. They do not rely on external reassurance. They do not fear silence. This independence is felt immediately. People respect men who do not need them. Need creates weakness. Self-sufficiency creates authority. Non-reaction is a form of self-sufficiency. It signals that your internal state is not controlled by external events. That signal is powerful. It tells others they cannot rush you, they cannot bait you, they cannot manipulate you easily. This forces respect, not admiration, not affection, respect. Respect is what protects position long-term. The final truth is this: men who never react do not win because they suppress emotion. They win because they govern it. Governance is power. Power expressed quietly is the most stable form of dominance. It does not draw attention. It does not invite resistance. It does not burn out. It lasts. This is why men who never react rise slowly and then never fall. They are underestimated early, ignored briefly, then quietly positioned above everyone else. By the time people notice, it is too late to challenge them because the environment has already adjusted. Welcome to Power Mind Coded. Do not confuse silence with weakness. Do not confuse calm with passivity. And never mistake non-reaction for absence, because the men who never react always win.